So in the chair for the final time before I go on the trip. This is the night before I actually set off. So I wanted to give you a full packing list, including what's going on the bike, what's going in the bags, etc. for this trip across Europe, bike packing. So let's get into the gear. So we'll start with the rear pannier first. And this actually was a last minute change that actually only happened this week and the week before I was going. The last one was rubbish. It came right out here. This one, much better material. It's actually really decent. I've used it quite a lot of rides. It's got these great like straps that go down the side. So that's resistant to any wind or things falling out. It's got these really strong buckles. Overall, really pleased with it. 28 litres side by side, and yeah, space for things on top, which is awesome. Next, we've got this Trafellows central pannier, central frame pannier, and it's really good. It's got a zip on both sides. This side's a little bit thinner than the other, but it has got a break down the middle, so that it has got two compartments. This other side's got a full length zip that goes right down the side, and I've actually currently got my bike lock in there. While we're in the middle, we'll look at the frame bottle. Super simple. It's just a frame bottle. Nothing fancy about it. It's BPA free. It's 500 millilitres, and that's what I'll be using to get water whilst on the ride. On the front here, we have the Roswheel front pannier. It comes with a waterproof bag, which is awesome. So this is what's going to have all of the sleeping equipment in and dry clothes. I'm actually really pleased with it. It looks like it'd be really cumbersome on the handlebars, but when you're riding, it actually just falls into a nice spot, actually. So let's take a look at some of the bags that are going to be going in the rear pannier. So this bag is the things that are not electric. So everything in here, I don't want it to get wet, but it can get wet, and it's not the end of the world. First, we have got this knife. I can't actually remember the name of it. I'm sure I'll probably flash it on screen. It has got a, you can't actually do that with your left hand. It has got a blade. It is a multi-tool. Nothing really unique about it. It has got all the bits and bobs you would ever need with a multi-tool. This is it with all of the bits and bobs extended out of it. Next, we have waterproof tape. Not really anything fancy about it, just waterproof tape. Zip ties in a little bag of their own. Again, nothing interesting, just zip ties. Whistle, probably not going to be of much use, but I guess if you get stranded somewhere, it costs £1 off Amazon. It's better to have this and not need it than need it and not have it. Zippo lighter. This is not actually going to be needed, probably, because I'm not actually cooking my own food. But it's the type of thing I feel like you need this on a camping trip just in case. This is my bike multi-tool. It's actually a really good quality one from Crank Brothers. It has got a chain link remover. It has got all the sort of Allen keys and drill heads you would potentially need. Sorry, not drill heads, screw heads that you'd potentially need. And yeah, it's absolutely awesome and very heavy duty. Elastic bands, because I'll actually show you another item later on why these are particularly useful. But yeah, elastic bands. Last but not least, takeaway wipes. Now, these are just literally lemon fresh wipes, as it says there. And these are going to be used if there is no showers available for a long time. I feel like these are going to be needed to keep me fresh. Now let's get into the electrics bag. Probably one of the most important things I am actually taking is a 25,000 milliamp portable battery. There is actually going to be all the charging cables plugged into this, but I need them tonight to keep things charged up. But this is absolutely vital to keep this phone powered and to keep everything powered, basically. So this will be vital. Tent lamp for keeping the tent bright when needed. It's pretty bright. It's got a dim setting and then a flashing setting. It's simple. It's a tent lamp. UK to EU converter. This is a headlamp and it's actually extremely powerful, this headlamp. I've got another video where I unpack things as they arrive and I'll show the video with it on in, but it is super, super bright. So this will be useful for any time where I have to ride in the rain or the nighttime. Other items that are going to be going in the rear panniers that aren't going in bags. First is a mini pump. I've shown this again in another previous video, so feel free to go back and check that out if you want to. Spare inner tube. Cycling shades. I have shown a full brief of these in another video, but I'll quickly get them out just to show them now. I'm sure you've seen cycling shades before, but there you go. They're pretty decent. They've got like a little cable at the back to keep them on your head, and they come with spare lenses, so pretty decent. This is my toiletry bag and medical kit. I'll quickly go through the items inside here. So we've got a toothbrush and toothpaste, not much left in it. This is actually another little toothpaste thing here. I'm sure I could buy a toothpaste as I go if needed. Plasters, waterproof plasters as well. This I actually don't, is a Urax He Cream. I've probably butchered that, but this is so good at stopping, it says, inflammation and itching. Honestly, if you get like a little rash or anything, that sorts you right out. 2 paracetamol, earplugs for the evening. This is just some roll-on deodorant. This is some aftershave. Never know when that might be needed. Vaseline. This is just to keep all parts that are rubbing lubricated, so there's no chafing, which is then when that would come into play. And then also I've got 1 sachet of rehydration treatment. This is just for lost fluids. That it's pretty standard. This just Asda's own brand. Yeah, I may need to buy more on the road if needs be, but I think 1 is enough to get me going. And that is the toiletry and medical pouch. Now we're pretty much moving on to clothing, and this is definitely the most lavish item I'm taking in terms of space it takes up and the weight for what it brings. It is a Brugge ski jacket or jumper, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, it's so warm that I can't not bring it. It's just vital for me. It's definitely a bit of a luxury item, but if I'm freezing cold on a night, this is going to keep me warm. So here we have a t-shirt and a vest. Obviously going to be wearing one and not the other, so the other will go into storage while I'm wearing the other. Rotate through these two. I don't really have space for any more clothes, so these will be the rotation I'll be wearing. 2 pairs of socks, and again, obviously I'll be wearing one while the other's in storage, and rotate through those, hopefully get them cleaned as often as possible. This is, and it's hard to believe because of how small it is, look how easy that fits in my hand, right? This is my over trousers, waterproof. They are, what brand are they again? Yeah, they're Regatta waterproof over trousers. As you can see, I've packed them down really small and tied the elastic over each other, so I'll probably just flash on screen what these look like on, because I can't really be bothered to unpack these just to put them on. This is the Deeply, which is a terrible brand, definitely some Chinese crap, roll mat, inflatable roll mat. You might be wondering, why do I not have it in the bag? Why do I have a zip tie around it? It's because this bag is absolutely crap. It has not got proper drawstrings on the top, so even if you tighten it up, it literally just unwinds, and then your roll mat starts unwinding, and then it falls out, and it's absolutely terrible. So what I've done is put a zip tie on there, tightened it just enough so that it can slide on and off, and I'm just packing that as it is. It's way better than the bag it comes in. Then I've got my Peter Storm rain jacket. It's waterproof, lightweight, as you can see, similar to the trousers. I've wound it up, so I'll probably just flash on screen what it looks like on. This is my microfiber towel. It's just a basic Eurohike one. It's actually really annoying because, similar to the sleeping mat, this can squish down so much more than it is because the bag is looser than the towel. But the problem is with this is you can't put an elastic band or a zip tie around it because it obviously is a towel. It just falls out. So it has to go in the bag. But it's annoying knowing how much more I can squish it down, but won't go anymore. So this is going to have to find its place somewhere. I feel like I might put it in the dryer bag at the front, because I'm not going to be accessing this all the time, so maybe not in the rear panniers. A few random bits and bobs that I haven't found a home, and I'll just stick them wherever I can find a spot, really. First is a spare cargo net. This is for the back of the bike, just in case the one I currently have falls off or splits. spare Ziploc bag, bum bag. This is waterproof to a certain extent. I have used it before, and when moisture gets in, things do get slightly damp in there, but it's overall fairly waterproof. Baseball cap for when I'm walking around. Cycling gloves, and what I like about these is they're lightweight yet warm. You can unstrap them and strap them for a bit of ventilation and extra security on your wrists, and they also have padding on the palms for that little bit of extra comfort when you're riding. Woolly hat for when it's freezing cold. Now moving along to the central frame pannier, and this is going to be stuff that I'm going to need to be getting out a lot more often. So this, sadly, is a mask because it's currently a world pandemic and you need a mask to pretty much go anywhere. So a mask it is. Headphones, shades for when I'm not riding, wallet. Now this Ziplock's pretty important. It's the main holder of all of my money, my wallet, and my European health insurance card. I am going to have this very securely inside the bag. Now, this is my chain and lock. I feel like it's the best of both worlds. It's lightweight enough, but it's also strong enough to keep things secure. So it's all like bendy plastic with metal down the middle, which is notoriously hard to break with like hand tools. It is also like Oxford, so it's a pretty good brand. So this should give me a bit of peace of mind and security when I'm out on the road. Now we have got what comes inside the front handlebar dry bag. So here is two pretty vital items. These are my thermal top and my thermal trousers. Funny enough, these are actually the only trousers I'm taking on the trip. I don't have room for any jeans or anything like that. So it's just the shorts I'm wearing and these. Now, hopefully, as I say, I've got shorts and I've got the waterproof over trousers. So with those three, I feel like that should cover all bases. And this is going to be really nice like in the evenings and stuff like that to keep warm whilst I'm going to sleep. Now, I haven't actually got room on the floor to show this because it's pouring down rain outside. I wanted to film out there, but I can't. So I haven't really got room to roll this out on the floor. So hopefully I'll show a picture or something. But this is my lightweight sleeping bag. It fully unzips. It also keeps you really warm in the evening. So that gets stuffed right down into the back of this dry bag. And I hope it serves me well. And that is the dry bag all packed back up with everything in and ready to go on the bike. Now I thought it'd be worth going over a few little additions that I've got on the bike. So first of all is this super strong elastic. It's like triple elastic that I've got that hooks around the front. That is to make sure that the bag never drags at the bottom. It just adds that extra peace of mind that this is securely on. A waterproof phone holder that goes there, obviously for viewing maps, using the phone while I'm riding. I've got a small reflector, which probably will serve very little use, but I'd rather have it than not. I've got a bell. It's a bell. Front torch that is currently not got any batteries in, which is the night before I'm going, and I haven't got batteries in there. Not ideal, but I'm going to sort those when I go. I thought it was actually worth showing this off. I've got a rack on the back of the bike. It's pretty bog standard. What I've actually done is I've put some additions on, where I've actually put this like flexi band here that goes from the top of there down onto the bike, and what that does, it keeps the pannier away from the wheel just in case, even though I've already got this at the top, but I don't think that's strong enough. And the same on the other side, because this side's usually a bit heavier because it's got like tools and heavy stuff in. I've actually got like this like bag strap which goes same thing up across up to the top of the rack, and that keeps this from hitting the thing. I've tried pushing it as hard as I can, and it doesn't seem like that's going to knock into the wheel, because that would be very bad. Last few things now that are going on top of the back of the bike. This is probably the most important thing that I'm taking, and that is my tent. It is the Coleman Cobra 2. I've got a video that actually shows this put up. This is the tent with the cargo net on top, strapped down to the bike. On top of those, I've got this small little day bag with a water bladder inside. I've actually already put the water in it. And yeah, this is going to have like food and drink, obviously. That is it on the back of the bike with a second cargo net holding that down. This is my helmet. It's actually a Deliveroo helmet that I'm going to be taking with me. I've also never ever been able to turn this on the back of it, ever. I've never ever turned this thing on, so if someone knows how to turn these lights on the back of Deliveroo helmets, then I need to know. Obviously, most of the time it's going to be on my head, but this is just for now. These are the New Balance Nitro, I think, Speed Ride all-terrain running shoes. These are going to be the shoes that I'm going to be wearing. I think it's pretty obvious why. Oh, yeah, they've also got incredible tread. But yeah, all-terrain, it's going to be needed. Cycling, walking, running, general day-to-day use. So these should be perfect. And last but not least is the camera stand that this will be attached to. And it comes with a little bag. There is the camera stand in the camera bag strapped to the back of the bike. And that's it. That is everything that I will be taking with me. There's only two things that weren't seen in this video, because is a spare pair of boxers, just because I don't think I wanted to put that in the video, and a puncture repair kit, which I'm picking up tomorrow. So that's everything, including the clothes that I'm going to be wearing. In there, I'm hoping to get some food once I get over to Europe to put in the bag on the back. Obviously, I don't need that now. The train is at 8:20 tomorrow, and I'll be catching my ferry over to Dunkirk. So next time we do a video, I'll be cycling.